What's up, guys? It's your boys Wookie back with another of the Chris Watts videos. And now there's been obviously theories out there. Some may be real, some may be way out of the ballpark. We've had his first confession, which obviously he wanted to sit there and blame Shanann for the murders of the children, which was obviously hokum and complete hogwash. Not real, not because there's no way in God's green earth that Shanann would have ever hurt those babies of hers. Then later on in February, when he was greeted by Tammy and I think Coder, I want to say Coder, but I can't remember. He gave a different story, confession, as you will, that he actually technically murdered the girls twice. The first time before Shanann, or when Shanann came home, he had apparently done them in first, then came to Shanann, took care of her, and then found out the girls weren't even gone. I don't believe this for a second. There's obviously discrepancies coming up in the air of different other confessions that he had made, that there was more than 2 confessions. So, I mean, honestly, I don't think this man is ever going to give us a complete, full, real, true confession. But you guys have asked me to watch this channel of the twisted true crime. Again, this video is 4 years old. Again, this could be for some of those that have seen it before. And for myself, I probably don't know. So we're looking at all aspects of this case: spiritual, physical, mental, psychological. We're looking at everything with this case, okay? So with that being said, before we go any further, make sure you guys are subscribed by hitting that wiper icon down at the bottom right. Hit the bell icon next to it so when I do post videos like this one, you guys will get that little ring notification that Wookie myself has posted that video. And you guys can watch, comment, like, and share. And again, thank you so very much for that continued love and support that you guys show on this channel every single day. I thank you guys so very much. I'm truly blessed for all of you guys. And then also make sure you guys go over to this twisted true crime. She hasn't posted in a while, but you never know if people leave and come back and so forth and take a break. You never know. Just go give her some love. Watch her old stuff. Watch the new stuff, or not the new stuff, but watch her old stuff. Give her the love that she deserves for putting this together for us to learn more about these confessions. Twice the lies, twisted true Cindy is it's called. So with that being said, let's get into the video. I hope this haunts him.
He helped me, it's not good too. He reads me books, he ties my shoes. If you're a hero, blue and blue, my daddy, I love you.
Here's what Chris Watts says now. His confession to that author, Shanann Cadle. August 13th, morning of. I went to the girls' room first. Before Shanann...
Does anybody believe that this is true? That he had attempted to take care of the girls first and then Shanann? Or was Shanann first and then the girls? I mean, again, it doesn't actually technically matter. It's because that they're murdered, but it puts the whole rumors to bed that Shanann murdered the girls. When you see that shadow underneath the truck, some people believe too that there was one daughter that was gone, one daughter that was still there. Again, I just want to know who actually physically murdered those girls, because if it's not Chris, like he supposedly says, it's not Shanann. I can tell you that for 100% facts because of everything that I've watched, that she would have never touched those girls. Who actually took care of the girls? I think it's an NK, but we can't physically say that because she wasn't actually interrogated, interviewed the right way. She pretty much was there as a pretty much meet and greet. It's pretty much what it was.
Shanann and I had our argument. I went to Bella's room, then Cece's room, and used the pillow from their bed to kill them. That's why the cause of death was smothering.
But then he used the blanket.
After I left Cece's room, I climbed back in bed with Shanann, and our argument ensued. After Shanann had passed, Bella and Cece woke back up. I'm not sure how they woke back up, but they did.
It doesn't make sense.
Bella's eyes were bruised. Both girls looked like they had been through trauma.
So he's a monster times 2.
That made the act that much worse. Knowing I went to their rooms first, and knowing I still took their lives at the location of the batteries. Watts admits he conceals facts from authorities.
Still, they won't tell us.
Does not want them being recorded by phone. I don't like saying that stuff over the phone. I'm never certain when they screen my calls.
Every time.
He admits to plotting the murder for some time. August 12th, when I finished putting the girls to bed, I walked away and said, "That's the last time I'm going to be tucking my babies in."
So for those people that keep blaming Shanann, there's your freaking proof. But again, we can't believe a word that he says. But again, I can tell you with 100% certainty in everything of my fiber that Shanann did not do anything to those baby girls.
I knew what was going to happen the day before, and I did nothing
But then he says later on that
to stop it.
he felt like somebody was controlling him.
He agreed to the book in exchange for Cato's promise she would publish his testimony of coming to God and the forgiveness he received.
I don't know about that one.
Is her face getting all black with streaks of mascara? All the weeks of me thinking about killing her, and now I was faced with it. When she got drowsy, I somehow knew how to squeeze the jugular veins until it cut off the blood flow to her brain, and she passed out. I knew if I took my hands off her, she would still keep me from Nikki. They asked me why she didn't fight back. It's because she couldn't fight back. Her eyes filled with blood as she looked at me.
And yet there's people that defend this monster.
April 23rd, 2019. Dear Sherilyn, yes, that petition really blew my mind. That people really want to make me suffer like that.
Yeah.
Even if they did ever take my pictures, they can't take my memories. An inmate from another institution wrote me about that subject. Said if they take your pictures, they would need to take the pictures from the other 500 to 600 people that have their family pictures up on their cell,
I always talk about the family pictures.
convicted of the same act.
I don't think a lot of people killed
Do
like
I
he
feel like
did.
I should be incarcerated
Yes, you should be.
for the act I committed? I most definitely think so.
So why is he trying to get out?
Do I imagine myself ever doing anything like this or be a danger to society?
Yes.
I most definitely think not.
If he's most
The reason the
if he's able to hurt his loved ones and hurt the most people that are closest to him, what do you think he's going to do to somebody else?
medical examiner found oxycodone in Shanann's system is because I gave it to her. I thought it would be easier to be with Nicole if Shanann wasn't pregnant.
So, divorce.
I don't know if this was a spiritual visit, but I had a dream. Cece was dancing next to the chair in my cell. When she was dancing, all of my folders on the chair started moving, and I thought she was in trouble, so I said, "Watch out." "Get away, watch out." Then I woke up. I'm hoping she comes back. I hope everyone comes to visit me. In Europe, law is I would serve 20 years or so for homicide.
You're not in Europe.
And in California, after 25 years of imprisonment, you can be released from a life sentence if you've had good
It's not getting out.
behavior. You're so wrong, Watts, about everything.
He's so wrong.
So there's hope for everyone to live outside prison walls.
You're going to die in there.
If God keeps putting it on your heart that there is more to the story than what I told the FBI, you're correct. Duh. We already knew this,
Amen.
but you're still lying. I don't know if you want this in the book or if God does, but here are the things I left out. I was numb to the entire world. I had literally taken my kids to a birthday party. Played with water balloons. Had an amazing time. Sang songs all the way home. Gave them both a shower and ate dinner. Yeah, we know. Cold pizza. We read bedtime stories and sang bedtime songs. Yeah, you're a real Boy Scout. And still, nothing registered. When Shanann had to be somewhere, I always enjoyed taking the girls places or playing outside because it was our opportunity to bond.
But yet you took them away.
And still, the night before, I couldn't stop myself.
Yeah, you could have.
From what I knew would occur the next morning. Bella's eyes were bruised, and both girls looked like they had been through trauma. I repeat, because it's disturbing.
Agreed.
Watts said, to his surprise, his daughters came walking into the room while he was wrapping Shanann in a bedsheet. The girls were just kind of running around the house and watching me with scared looks on their faces.
They weren't stupid. They knew exactly what you were doing.
He ended up dragging her down the steps and then bundled her into the back of the truck.
I don't believe that.
He told Cadel the girls were watching with the scared looks on their faces. Bella started to cry, and when she did, Celeste started to whimper. What a nightmare this was. I realize now the girls getting up and walking around may have been God's third attempt to stop me.
And yet he kept doing it.
His overwhelming feeling was being so mad they were still alive. He had packed his lunch, a shovel, a rake, a gas can, which led the FBI to question if he was going to commit suicide. I told them I thought about it, but honestly, no.
No, he
I was
didn't.
not going to take my own life.
Because you wanted to be with Nicole.
I dumped Shanann on the ground. Then I walked back to the truck, and with the blanket that Celeste was holding, I put it over her head and smothered her. Watts squeezed Celeste's body through an 8-inch hatch, one of the tanks. I couldn't believe how easy it was to let her drop through the hole.
Yet this man wants salvation and forgiveness.
Just let her drop through the hole and let her go. I heard the splash as she hit the oil. Little quiet Bella had a will to live. Out of the three, Bella is the only one that put up a fight. I will hear her soft little voice for the rest of my life,
Daddy, no.
saying, Daddy, no. She knew what I was doing to her.
And yet you continued.
She may not have understood death.
She bit her
She
tongue.
knew I was killing her. I had to put the girls in the tanks, separate tanks, so they wouldn't get up the second time. He then turned to the task of burying his wife in a shallow grave. When I dug the hole, it seemed a lot deeper than it was. As I pulled up, she rolled out and into the hole. When I dug the hole, it seemed a lot deeper than it was. As I pulled on the sheet, she rolled out and into the hole. I think she had given birth.
Sick mother.
She landed face down. I remember being so angry with her that I was not going to change how she landed. About oxycodone, he responded with conflicting stories, saying he had given it to Shanann twice. Once at her parents' house in North Carolina,
And the other one at home.
to try to cause a miscarriage. And then immediately, right before her death. He later contradicts himself
Multiple times.
and said he only gave it to her once in North Carolina.
He can't make up his mind.
Cadel asked him where he got the oxycodone.
He said he would take it to his grave.
He replied, that is one of the things he will take to his death. So Chris Watts claims he killed his daughters twice. But they came back to life
And yet
the
he
first
wants
time.
salvation and forgiveness.
He states he gave Shanann oxycodone to cause a miscarriage, but the fact is, oxycodone was never
Not found in her
Shanann's system
body.
at autopsy. If he had smothered both girls and they came back to life, the lack of oxygen to their brain, they would have been virtually brain dead. Not be able to simultaneously wake up and ask him what's wrong with mommy. That would be considered a miracle. If he had given Shanann the oxycodone after he killed the girls, she would not have instantaneously become so tired she couldn't fight back.
Shanann
And
would
if
have
they were
fought.
alive, if she was alive while he's doing this,
She would have
she
heard
would
it.
have sensed it, heard it, and she definitely would have seen it on a baby monitor. She definitely would see him smothering the daughters on their
Baby.
beds, if that's what happened, and it didn't. So, he did nothing to stop it? No shit. Here's another little fact. Real grandparents attend funerals
Birthdays.
and birthdays.
Weddings.
Grandparents protect their grandchildren,
Amen.
not pose for photo ops for a book.
Amen.
They don't attempt to kill their little grandkids with razor blades and nuts.
I like this woman.
My theory has always been Watts had help, and a certain person, Nicholkessinger, helped.
I like this woman.
I feel like his whole family knew what he planned on doing.
Yep.
To this, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. When I was
Shanann's mascara was on the pillow. Prison interview with CBI asked what Bella were wearing. I can't remember.
putting this together,
I can remember they were wearing the pajamas with little horses and princesses on them.
literally felt
Cece was wearing her pull-ups.
angry, felt like crying, and I
He
felt
put them in separate oil tanks so that they were separate away from their mother, and that they couldn't help each other get up if they survived.
outraged. Literally, it made me feel sick to my stomach. Anyway, this is the author posing for Daily Mail, okay? Thanks a lot, you guys. Love you all. God bless. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Amen. So, with that being said, on this woman's partake and confessions of both of them, there are apparently more, which I don't believe for a second. Again, I do believe that he had help. You can't tell me he did not have help. It's an outrage that there are people that defend this man. It's an outrage that people continuously blame Shanann for the murders of those little girls when Chris has confessed. Again, we can't believe Chris, but I think he's giving us a little bit of truth, but most of it is completely BS. I'm hoping one day we'll get an actual true confession. There's things that he said he's going to take to his grave. Who knows what happens in the future with this, but it makes me so angry to know that he's literally sitting in prison, smiling because we've seen his pictures before. I'll post it in the thumbnail. He's on dating sites. He's a janitor. Apparently, I found out too that he works with hospice patients, possibly. He's probably eating food, enjoying tastes, looking outside when he gets his hour-long break. When he's in the prison for 23 hours a day. But comment your guys' thoughts down below. Which confession do you believe? Do you believe in any of them? I would surely love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on this part. Again, I thank you guys for your time that you have watched this reaction commentary. Sorry. Don't forget to hit the like button for the obvious reasons that hopefully one day we will find that closure and the 100% satisfactory of finding that Nicholkessinger was involved in some shape or form. And we'll see you guys in the next video. So please take care, be safe, and as always, keep nerding on. And we'll see you guys next time.